Hello, my name is Andy Tattersall and this is a recorded version of a ScHARR Bite Size which looks at apps for research and teaching. So these are apps that you can install on your Android or iOS devices. Most of these apps are available on both formats and some will work on smartphones as well as tablets. So I'm going to go through 14 of the best apps that you can use to employ to do your research, your teaching and communication and collaboration. So number one is Mendeley and Papership. So there's two here to deal with. The first one is that Mendeley has an official iOS app and by now should have an official Android app. There's also a Kindle app version that allows you to manage your references on the go using your tablet device. So it will sync in between your laptop, your desktop computer and your tablet. So it allows you to kind of input, add new references, check references and update various things. On top of that, there's an API that was created on the back of this, an app which is called Papership, which was created by a different group of people that actually syncs with your Mendeley collection and then allows you to view the PDFs that are attached to your Mendeley collection. So it becomes a kind of a Kindle in that you can read the journal papers that you've got stored. So both free and both very, very good productivity tools. Next one is Scoopit. And Scoopit is a curation tool. It allows you to save, like you would do with bookmarks and favourites, content collections. So with a free account you can save 5 different themes and topics. So when you find useful stories and articles on the web, you can scoop them and they look like this in this screenshot. So they actually become kind of little kind of widgets, little kind of tabs. And people can follow you and you can follow them, and what you start to find is that people are saving very similar topics to you, so you can start to scoop what they're saving and they can scoop what you're saving. So it becomes a recommendation engine for websites and articles, papers, blog posts, pretty much anything, and you can save 5 free accounts, 5 free themes with the free account. Next one is Evernote. Anyone who's got a pen and a pad and a notepad and a tablet device, then if you're wondering about how you actually ditch the pen and the pad and move totally to your tablet, then Evernote is the way to do that. It allows you to type and take notes, but in addition it allows you to take photographs. So if you're at a presentation, you can take photographs of screens rather than trying to type down everything it says. You can record audio, so you can stick your tablet device in front of whoever's speaking and capture their audio. And you can also capture web page screenshots, and you can put these into collections like a scrapbook. So your notes and images don't all just sit there in one big pile of nothingness. You can actually put them together to make collections of useful information and use it as a notepad and a reminder. So another good useful productivity tool, very good for students to use. So if you're in charge of any students and doing any teaching, then encourage your students to look at using something like Evernote. iTunes U is something hosted by the University of Sheffield. It's the university education version of iTunes. It's totally free. So if you're out there making any kind of collections of videos, any kind of teaching or research videos, non-promotional ones because they don't particularly like you to be putting things up that are just sheer marketing, but if there's anything that we want to be sharing with our students and beyond and showing how good the University of Sheffield is, then iTunes U is a very good tool. It's not blocked in certain countries like certain tools are, like Google and Facebook. So in China, students can get access to this. So it's a very, very good tool for people to stay in touch with the latest research and ideas. That it can be podcasts and they can be videocasts, and again people can use these on their smartphones as well as tablets. Next one, Browzine. This allows you to stay up to date with your journals. The University of Sheffield has a Browzine account, so it syncs up with your details, allowing you to subscribe to journals that you would perhaps in the past have gone into the library to see, or that's what I'm trying to prevent you to go into the library, because libraries are a great place to go and spend time, but it allows you to kind of have the journals come to you and your device, so you can select your favourite journals. From there on you can start to mark out articles, you can actually read the papers within your device, and you can then start to export them or share them via various things such as email. So it's a very, very good tool and one that's supported by the university. Number 6, HOOTSUITE. This is a way to stay on top of your tweets. Anyone using Twitter and just using Twitter the actual Twitter interface on a tablet isn't getting everything out of the device that they could, or the software. HOOTSUITE allows you to create streams of information. So instead of having one stream of consciousness coming from the web, it allows you to create filters. So you can create searches based on keywords, based on groups of people, based on a conference hashtag, and you can stream them into different silos of information. So it allows you to filter out much of that kind of stuff coming from the web that may not be of interest to you. So again, a very, very good tool for such as the iPad, and if you were using it on a desktop, then I would suggest use something like TweetDeck. Number 7, Google Hangouts, which is a great tool to use for various things. I'm using this here as part of a multinational live panel on how to be a successful digital academic, which was hosted by jobs.ec.uk. And two of the panelists, the two ladies that you can see in the shot there, one is based in Berlin and the other one was based in Melbourne. So it's a tool that can be used across boundaries from one part of the world to the other. There's particularly good that there's not really any lag depending on your internet connection, and on top of that, it allows you to share documents, have chats and discussions, share screens. So it's very useful for anyone doing any kind of like personal supervision, distance learning students, or any kind of project work. So another good tool, and it does work, in my opinion, better than Skype. It certainly seems to kind of just work more smoother and has more kind of productivity tools about it, especially if you're using Google Apps already. Number 8, Haiku Deck is a mobile presentation tool which can sync up to the web. So the presentation you can see now is a Haiku Deck, which was originally presented on an iPad, so you can install it to your tablet device and then sync it up with a big screen and present remotely. So, and the presentations are very simple and they're very kind of pretty in their appearance. So an alternative way to using things like PowerPoint or Prezi. So one worth looking at. Next one, the Referencing Handbook of Harvard. This is something that was created by the University of Lincoln in the UK, and it's 37 diagrams that explain how you reference a piece of work. So everything from a blog to a journal to a book chapter to a conference proceeding, and it sets it out into a very nice flow diagram that really means that students should not get referencing wrong. So if they want to know how to reference a particular artifact, this will show them how to break it down bit by bit to do it in the style of Harvard. So a very good app. Next one, another referencing app. This is RefMe, very popular app, and this allows people to check a reference on the go by using such as barcodes. So you can hold your device over the barcode of a book and it will bring it up and allow you to reference it in one of 3 styles, Harvard being one of them. So again, a very good book for a very good app for students trying to reference on the go and trying to figure out how they actually kind of reference, because trying to get your head around referencing at the start can be quite confusing as to how many authors you should use and where commas should be and full stops, etc. So this is another good tool to help students get onto that proper referencing way of doing things. Explain Everything is a fantastic app. When I got this, it wasn't free, and I'm not entirely sure if it is still a pay-for app. And it allows you to make screencasts with your tablet device. So it allows you to go to a web browser and explain a website that you're using. So if you wanted to explain the University of Sheffield website, you could go into this in the browser and it will automatically record your words and what you do. So if you move from one page to another, if you zoom into a page, it will record all of that. So it does it all within the tablet device, and then allows you to export it to various formats. So another very good tool. Adobe Voice is an animation tool which I've used an awful lot on part of my research hacks videos. They're very quick and simple to make, surprisingly quick and simple, as long as you know what you're talking about and feel confident enough. The main tip is to write a script in my mind beforehand, know exactly what you're going to say rather than try to do it on the fly. It will save an awful lot of time. So this allows you to create short animated videos which you can then share via various devices or just upload straight away to such as Vimeo and YouTube. So a really good tool to use. Next one, Turnitin, again supported by the university and quite often underused by teachers and lecturers because they may want to kind of do the Turnitin, do the marking via the actual desktop computer or laptop, or they may be used to just printing off and making notes like that, which is fair enough. This is kind of sits in the middle ground. The Turnitin app is very simple to use. It allows you to mark wherever you are, so if you've got a load of marking to do, you can find a comfy chair somewhere quiet and sit down and do it in the comfort of your tablet device. You can leave quick comments, you can leave notes, you can leave all the text at the end for the regarding the actual mark. You've got the rubric for again deciding what score an essay will get, and on top of that it allows you to leave audio comment, which is particularly good. It adds a personal touch to your marking for a student, so they can actually hear what you're saying. It gives a bit more context, and it may kind of lighten something up when perhaps it may come across as being quite harsh. Finally, within the health faculty, sort of the medical faculty, PubMed have created an app which is called Unbound Medline, and it just allows you to search for research on your device. So another good app to use, especially within the health sector. So there's more videos here. If you go to the ScHARR Vids YouTube page, you'll find a collection of around 16 short tutorials, everything from Audio Boom to Browzine to explain everything. So if you want to see a little bit more rather than install the app straight away, have a look at these tutorials. They're all around 2 to 3 minutes long, and they should hopefully explain it. Hopefully you find that useful. My name is Andy Tattersall, and you can contact me at sharr.tattersall@chef.ac.uk, or follow me on Twitter, Andy_Tattersall, TATTERSALL. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.